Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Played It Live, the Crypt. We got SLY, we got Ark. This is not the rematch. This is a new SLY versus Ark. We'll talk about the rematch shortly. Before we get into it, I think everybody's ready for some faction wars. We are ready to get down to business. We got new gear, new abilities, all new things going on. And I see Valar in the house. Valar, super chat it for us. Valar says, hello 99 Army Kills Great Mods channel member sponsors. Auction House, Death Drop, Pet Battles, Crypt. I mean, we've had Death Drop already this month. Valar, you get a little 999 Heart Star. See that? You get that for the super chat. We had a really, really good final where we had Lexicon win the Pet Battle Championship this last weekend. So I'm ready to get down to it. We got some cool stuff tonight. We're not doing the money tree tonight. That'll be Wednesday night. But we do have to go to the standings because we do keep score. We like to have a lot of fun, but we do it for a championship, right? Right. All right. Let's get down to what's going on. You can take a look. The standings. Technically, Ark has a better win percentage, so they're in first, but Vox has more games played and a bigger point differential. Vox 3-1, Ark 3-0, Mir 1-3, SLY trying to get on the board to get that first win, and I promised you guys we're going to get back on schedule. So here's the schedule for the rest of the month. So Wednesday night, we got Mir traveling to Vox. Why is that important? Because Mir just got a big win a couple weeks ago, and Mir and Vox, a big rivalry, so that's going to be a good match. Then next Monday, Monday after Easter, we got SLY traveling to Mir, and we got Ark traveling to Vox. That Ark-Vox game will likely be a first-place battle, and it's at Vox home court. So that's important. Following week, take a look at what we got. This is the week where typically we do some of our catch-up, and we've got Ark at SLY. So tonight we got SLY at Ark. That's the makeup game, Monday the 28th. We'll play that on Monday, and then we've got Wednesday, April 30th, is Ship Strike. It's been a couple of months since we did a Ship Strike. We'll pull the standings up. We'll see how you guys are doing. But I'm ready to get down to all of the cool things that we got going on. So, is Father Ron here? Where's Father Ron? Because it's time we do a little something, Ron, since we're not doing the money tree. It's roll time, baby. All right. Because we haven't done one of these in a while, and I'm going to let everybody qualify. So everybody, give me your numbers from 1 to 20. Everybody that's in the house right now, 1 to 20. Now, the nice thing about boxes being smaller is this pack puts you a little closer to a full box, right? So, and we know that the boxes are packed now. So I think these packs are even more valuable than they were before. All right, we're going to roll this thing, and let's see who is going to get some free stuff tonight. 20-sider, roll that thing. We've got, I got to refresh it. Here we go. When we don't use the die for a couple of events, then we have to do a refresh. That's why sometimes when I say I got to refresh it, it's kind of like a reload. All right, here we go. Roll it again. 20-sider. It is number 20. Number 20. Come on, who picked 20? Craven like did. Craven, you ain't won a pack in a while. It's been a little while. So congratulations, Craven. All right, now, before we get to tonight's Epic War Bundle, and it is epic, I gotta do one more thing. Because we have to do the sliver sacrifice. Now, some people like this. Some people are a little nervous when we do this. These are the grenades that you can sacrifice to give your sliver a little bit more life, to keep it alive a little bit longer. Now, the reason we spin this early is you have to check your inventory, because if you don't have this and you're part of the rotation of sacrificing, somebody in your faction that might have them, or you might need to immediately go and say, guys, I don't have any of these. I don't have Sweet Tea. I don't have Unforgiven. Now, you have to trade those to that person before we start this game. So you got to immediately go in and get those items over to that person. Because if we do an inventory count on Sunday and you don't have these, you will lose points for not having them. It's a 100-point penalty. So you'd hate to win and then you not have these items in your inventory and then go back and 2 or 3 players lost you a couple hundred points. So here we go. We're going to spin this wheel. Sliver Sacrifice. What's it going to be tonight? It is going to be. That's funny. I said Sweet Tea, isn't it? That is funny. I should win something. I said, if you go to sacrifice your Sweet Tea and you don't have, well, it is Sweet Tea. So there you go. Hopefully you got them. If you don't, get with somebody in your faction and make sure you got them in your inventory. Okay. Good stuff. All right, now tonight's gear. Epic War Bundle. I'm going to run through this one and do something a little special for you guys tonight. Tonight's Epic War Bundle is as follows. Take you up top to the Silver Bundle. Now, Silver is usually 1 Elixir Extreme, 1 Steel, 2 Bunko, 1 Unholy Smoke, 5 post-battle pet revives, Graphene Carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a double silver. Dimes, are you listening? Because Dimes is going to be the one entering this. So, what I just said is going to be doubled. That's 2 Extreme, 2 Steel, 4 Bunko. Bunko is important for a couple reasons because it's also one of those sacrifice grenades to the sliver. That can come up sometimes. So that's 4 Bunko, 2 Unholy Smoke, 10 post-battle pet revive, 2 Graph, 2 Carbine, and 2 of each of your waxes. Take it down to the red. That's 2 Cruel Red, 1 Smolder. Combat Orbs, Red Summon Skin, Savage 6, Mag 7, Super 8, Hostile 9. But I'm also going to do something cool for you guys too. We're not doing a double bottom bonus. We're doing a double bonus. The bonus in between here. So I'm going to give you 2 Terror 10s. And over on the other side, I'm going to give you 2 Health Tonics and 2 Rage Tonics. So you're getting a double Silver Bundle. You're getting double Terror 10, double Health Tonic, and double Rage Tonic. You got all that, Dimes? I'm doing a lot of stuff tonight. Take it to the gold. We got Cruel Blue ×2. Encase Cliff. Seal and Thrill. Gold Spark, that's ×1. Gold Summon Skin. 1 gold Weapon Skin. 1 gold Platinum Skin. 1 Sacred Tea. Energy Orb. Arrowhead Spider Silk. Keep upgrading yourself. Upgrade your character. Thrill Smoke. 1 Blue Spark. 1 Sly Spark. A Potion of Absorb. People are getting low of absorption. Stronghold Speed. Well, we're going to have a Castle Strike before too long. That speed potion's important. And Mind Trip by request. Standard Recipe up top. All these by request. Mythic Summon Skins. Colossal Summon Skins. Haze and Days. And this is something people, they wanted it back. So this is the first time we've had pet score this set. Now I want to tell you about the artwork here. If you zoom in on that artwork, you're going to see that is a pendant, but it's around someone's neck. You can see the facial features. I love this artwork. H18, D20, B12, AP9, and yes, your pet score is back. That's 10 points. This is one of my favorite pieces of artwork. I love it. But that pendant is lit up. And pet score, I mean, there's so many things you can do. But pet score is pretty amazing. So Kel's going to let you know who all has the Epic War Bundle tonight. Now, I got people asking about the Bomber Bundle. We have not done it yet in April. We will either do it Wednesday or next week. We will have a Bomber Bundle because we're back to Faction Wars. Check your grenade inventories. We're back to quests on Friday night. We got a Kills game around the corner. And we got Ship Strike. So I see Valar, Craven, Trigger, Justice, Jim, Bones, Cat, JJ, Jules, Dimes, Crimson, Lexicon, Busy, Football, Ron, Dow, Dive, Pope, Nightshade, Flyrod, and Kel. And if you guys don't mind, we got a couple minutes. I got to show you guys how beautiful this gear set has been so far. The Origin X gear. Unbelievable artwork. The best artwork we've ever put together in one of these sets. I mean, take a look at these. Whether it's the slime, whether it's the hush ability. You know, we've had Grendel down there, right? We got Aura, Mass Destruction. How many people are loving the Origin X gear, right? How many people absolutely think that this is amazing, an amazing set? I don't know there's anything we can do to this set to make it even stronger and better than it is right now, right? So, anyway, just want to show you guys all the pieces of gear that have been rolled out. Pretty amazing stuff. And, right, Dime's raising her hand. Yeah. What? What do you mean you want a new pet? Oh, Macabre. No. Oh, you guys got to see Macabre. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay, well, it's been a while since we've had a pet, since Grendel. Oh, all right. That's all I can show you right now. I can't go any further than that. So we've got a lot of fun tonight. Obviously, like I said, teams want to get at it. They want to win. We're going to be a little rusty. We're always a little rusty when we miss a game or two, but we're going to get back in the swing of things, and you guys will really know what to do with your slivers, know what to do with your points, know what to do with your gear. So I would say have a great time. The last 3 or 4 events we've done have been epic. I'm going to make one more announcement. All right, we had a great quest, one of the best quests we've ever had. We also had somebody get involved in quests that wasn't part of the quest club, which we want you to do. There will be a kills game coming in the near future. And there are VIP tickets that are going to be out there. There's also going to be regular tickets. I'd say get in the kills game. This kills game, when it starts in the somewhat near future, is going to be the most epic thing we've ever done. And we've already got 4,000 kills tokens allocated to the winner and some other prizes. And that will continue to go up every single week. So it's going to be pretty epic. It is very competitive, but it is a whole lot of fun. And some of the games have already been set up. So I'm looking forward to that with all of you guys. All right. If you are Ocean Man, Bones, Craven, Dimes, Valar, Shaman, Julia, and Jim, give me your pre-match buffs right now. All right. Oh, I'm seeing some of the big, we got Inflame Elixir. Look at that. People using the good stuff. Yep. Hard to get those things. All right. We'll take you down to where we start this. All right, let's take it down to Ark. Ark's home field and give you tonight's starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Starting out in the DZ, we got the Shaman. Shaman be followed by Craven Light. Craven is sniper in the bomber zone. Craven followed by Julia. She's the captain in the rover zone. Julia followed by Dimes. Dimes is sieging and the captain from the rover zone. Dimes going to be followed by Valar. Valar is in the bomber zone, and she is the sniper. Valar followed by Ocean Man. Ocean Man tanking it out. Both teams choosing the tank. And Ocean Man followed by Gemstone. Jim is sieging from the tank zone. And Jim followed by Bomber Bones in the Hell zone. All right. It is 8:30 on the dot. Let's start tonight's match. Remember, timers are not challengeable. You do want to get your move in time, though, because this could be a close game. Shaman Sheila. 20-second timer starts right now. Craven is the captain. All right, we'll get to that shortly. Craven is the captain, by the way. All right, move to Temple Steps. Negation Wand. For Bones, Elevation Wand. All right, get that Negation Wand out of play. Balls to Main Street, Absorption, and a Seal. Balls to Main Street, Shaman playing it in 1, would cap in 3. Let's get the Absorption and a Seal. Craven says it hits. Max Spark Dimes, sacrifice a Sweet Tea. All right, sacrifice the Sweet Tea is good. Max Spark is going to slow Dimes down a little bit. And the Capri to put out the flame. All done within the timer. Thank you for that. Craven Light, you're up. 20-second timer, Craven. Let's see what type of trickery he's going to pull tonight. Always going to be some trickery with Craven. You know that. Craven says, I'm heading over to the Forge. All right. Craven Light heading down to the Forge. We'll see Craven in a couple rounds. And we'll see some cool stuff when he comes back. 2 Strawman, 2 blocks, and also 2 Watchtowers. Beats the timer. All right, let's go over to Julia. 20-second timer starts right now. All right, Julia beating the timer. She's going to Sleet Wand. Ice Wand, Sleet Wand, we're going to freeze that top block for Team SLY. After the Sleet Wand, jump into Rover, head to the DZ. All right, Julia heading over to the Stairway to Heaven. Cube of Clarity, you know what that means. She's going to drop a seal. So remember, she got Cube of Clarity, so no player preventions. Grendel to the Haystack. Cutting out SLY's needle points. Max Spark Dimes and a Snowstorm loaded to the wall with MD6. Arc bringing the heat already. Craven says wait. Ocean Man says I'm going to shut that down. No grenade for you. All right, Sleet's good. Cube of Clarity. Actually can't use player prevention because of the Cube of Clarity. And I just read it too, and I made the same mistake. So Craven got a big snowstorm coming. All right, ooh, Immortal Blue. How about that? Now they're bringing the heat. All right, Julia, you got Immortal Blue, which is going to break your absorption. She's going to use Max Absorb, so she keeps her gear absorption. All right, Deadly Dimes, you can't move. You've been double max spark. 20-second timer starts now. All right. Now, Dimes, here's the problem, okay? Phase Smoke is not the way you play it. When you play Phase Smoke, you immediately teleport to a new location regardless of max spark. So It's the way the smoke is. If you read it, you'll understand it. So what that means is you don't get the Range Rover. So Dimes plays phase smoke, and she calls out their DZ. All right, phase smoke. She goes to their DZ. She goes Wicked Boss to the side chest. Wicked Boss would give Arc a -50 if it caps. Dimes playing in 1 would cap in 3. Top hat loaded to the wall. She's got no range on the wall, so Dimes, you're going to have to redirect that grenade to a different location, something that you can hit, because you don't have a Range Rover. Phase smoke is good. She teleports to their DZ, plays Wicked Boss. Gold Spark Julia is good, and the halts won't matter. So Julia does the top hat hit. Top hat does hit, is going to light a watchtower. So first watchtower is lit up. All right, let's go over to Valar. Valar, 20-second timer starts right now. Valar going to move to the sniper zone. Holy Avenger their wall. All right, means you can't have any negative effect on the arc wall. Valar using her legendary. She's going to play Wicked Boss as well. So Valar's Wicked Boss, played in 1 with cap in 3, would also give SLY a -50 to their Wicked Boss. Those will balance each other out. Flourish Wand and steal Ocean Man's Needle. No needle for Ocean Man. Using that sniper ability. Dropping Mass Destruction, and Ocean Man says, I can shut this one down. So he's going to tank page the grenade. And let's get that Flourish Wand out there. Somebody from Arc will run through that, and they'll get the absorption. Movement's good. Legendary good. Wicked Boss good. Flourish Wand good. Steel is good. Seal and Thrill, and she's in that sniper zone. All right, let's go over to the aforementioned Ocean Man. 20-second timer starts right now. Timer is up. Does beat the timer just in time. Ocean Man gets in the tank. Let's give Ocean Man a cannonball. We also have to give Julia a tire. So Julia got a tire, Ocean Man with a cannonball. All right, after he gets in the tank, he's going to move to the Temple Steps. Going to drop Grendel to the haystack. All right, each team has a Grendel. Valar going to Dominaring. Oh, come on, Valar. Dominaring his cannonball. What do you think about that, Ray? Dropping a seal. There you go, Valar. Cosmic Collar, no blue. Snowstorm, bury the dead. Sacrifice sweet tea. All right. Now, my understanding, this is the first time we've had a bury the dead in the crypt. All right, Ocean Man. Give me 3 numbers in a row. And I will pick them in that order. 1 to 9. 5, 6, and 7. Number 5 is a tank. Number 6 is a sub. Number 7 is a rover. All right, well, pick 3 more. You got all 3 different ones. One, 3, and 9. Number 1. All right, if it is a rover, Julia loses a rover. 3. It is a sub. 9. It is a sub. So, oh man, if it had been anything else, that would have been huge. I like the play though. All right, so that means the sub is the catapult. So that means the catapult is taken off the board for Team Arc side. Okay? Huge play, but tough results. All right, let's go from Ocean Man over to Gemstone. Gem, 20-second timer. SLY pulling some creative stuff out tonight. I'm liking it. All right, jump into tank. Move to their bomber zone. Gonna Euclid Bones into a boss. Gonna play Masara. Round number 2 for Masara. Next round, SLY, you will be hindered. Seal and Thrill, Mythic Gideon, Rapture Grenade to raise Grendel, and Mass Destruction. Let me know if it hits. I'm going to kill that Grendel. That's what they're trying to do. Where's Craven? Mythic Gideon is a minus 28 for SLY. Craven says it hits. All right, going to kill that Grendel. All right, and we go to bones and we skip bones. All right, that is the end of round number 1. At the end of round number 1, let's move the shaman into the temple. Let's give the shaman a blessing. DZ. Bones does still occupy the DZ, even though she's a boss. So give Bones a halo. Give Dimes a halo. Give Julia a halo. And because Bones is by herself in the DZ, we're going to give Craven Light Devil Horns. Now, even though he's there, he gets this because this is an effect, and he is the bomber. So Craven Light getting the Devil Horns, 25 points, PCP, and his damage will go up. DZ points, I've got SLY with 25, Arc with 0. All right, and Dimes in their DZ as well. All right, that's the end of round number 1. Good round, everybody. Slivers. Sliver sacrifice. Each team did one. Let's get rid of one of those each, and I'm giving Team SLY 12 points. Team Arc 17. Round number 2. Shaman, 20-second timer starts now. Going to banish Juan Julia. She cannot be launched or knocked back. Mythic Kang to her boss. Mythic Kang could be worth 63 for the shaman. Gold Spark Dimes, Pet Repel. Dimes and Julia both gold sparked right now. T10 Grizzly to the wall, loaded with MD6. They're up to 24 mass destruction. Craven Light, you got a big Grizzly grenade coming at their wall with some mass destruction on it. It does hit. All right, T10 Grizzly. Julie going to Chroma Cut. Let's see what the damage is for that T10. And 24 mass destruction is going to make it a T10 Spade equivalent. Black, green, and green. Triple block for the shaman out of the gates. That's a big, big potion boost. All right, we go to Craven Light. We skip Craven Light. We go to Julia. Julia, 20-second timer starts right now. Going to dust the dimes, needle to the haystack. Julia playing needle, and they do have a Grendel out. So Julia playing needle in 2. Would cap in 3. S6 Mercy Grenade to the wall and sacrifice a Sweet Tea. Craven can only be stopped by, she does have Cube of Clarity. So does it hit or wait? Where's Craven Light? All right, reloading YouTube. It hits. All right. Julia, you've used 2 gear abilities so far. Which one of those 2 would you like to reset? Mass Destruction or Sacrifice? Mass Destruction. All right. So Julia will have a MD6. That Grendel is not yours. Yours died, Tammy. Jim killed it. All right, Julia playing Mercy, resetting. Now, Julia, when you here's the way Mercy works. All right, let me explain this because Julia didn't play an ability. And I'm not going to let her play one now. But the way Mercy works is you play an ability this round. And if Mercy hits, you unlock an ability for a future use. So she played a Sacrifice, which is not a gear ability. So what she could have done is played, no. You want to play an ability the same round you play a Mercy Grenade. This is for all of y'all, okay? Because if Mercy hits, it will let you unlock one for future use. Does everybody understand that? So she basically just cost herself a gear ability. You can't unlock it and use it immediately the same turn. Hopefully that makes sense. Everybody's clear on that. Play your move like you'd normally play it. Then if the grenade hits, then the next round you would have that ability, whichever one you want to unlock, to use a second time. Okay, but Mercy does hit. Let's get to the damage of Mercy. It is an S6 with Mass Destruction. Not going to be the damage of the T10. But we're going to take down a blue block, and 70% of a blue block. I got 30 blue remaining, and she does have her Mass Destruction if she wants to use it next round or later on in the game. All right. Red Needle's good. Dust of Dimes, Mercy Grenade hits, and the Sacrifice. All done. All right. Dimes, you are Gold Spark, Dust Smoked, and in the opposing DZ, and you got 20 seconds. Yes, you can play it later, but we have to wait to make sure it hits before you can use it. That's the thing. And it did hit. Dimes beats the timer. Dimes, which rover zone are you moving to? Yours or theirs? All right. So Dimes is all right. So let me explain. Not sure what you're doing tonight, Dimes. All right. Dimes playing Stalker Shaw. So Stalker Shaw is activated read the whole description. And target player cannot use a smoke as long as you are beside them for the duration of the game. All right? So, Dimes is playing Stalker Shaw, and then she's moving. So, if she ends up in the same zone as Julia later on, Julia cannot use a smoke. That's why it's Stalker Shaw. So, Julia, you're in the same zone as her. She's moving. So, if you happen to end up in the same zone later on, and she's beside you, you cannot use a smoke. Yeah, no worries. But it really is one of those items that if you're going to be in a temple with somebody or in a DZ with somebody, it's a game changer. But if you're going to maybe randomly end up back in a zone, we'll see. Could still be effective, but it's really a strong play if you're in a DZ with somebody or in a temple with somebody. All right, so she does play it, and the legend happens, so it does affect Julia at that time. Then she moves to the rover zone. Immortal Grendel to the haystack. All right, so Dimes getting Emo Grendel out. So again, we got 2 Grendels out there. Pink Smoke, F4 Grizzly loaded to the wall, and sacrifice Sweet Tea. And Shaman going to shut down the Grizzly Grenade. All right, you get the Pink Smoke effect, but you did also have a Gold Spark, and you do have a Dust Smoke. So, and they use the prevention. All right, let's go over to Valar from the Sniper Zone. 20 seconds, Valar. A lot of legends used early in this game. Interesting. Interesting game. Pet Repel and a Colossal Kang to Main Street. Colossal Kang could be worth 73 if it caps. Gold Spark Dimes again. M7 Maximon to the wall. And going to amplify that wall. Dang, Dimes. They're hunting you down. You were Gold Sparked again and still got that Dust Smoke. Craven does a hit. You got M7 Maximon. All right, let's get the wall damage in. Remember, that's 30% of a blue block with Mass Destruction and Amplify. We take the 30%, take a blue block, and we take 50% red, half a red block remaining. All right, let's go over to Ocean Man from the tank. 20-second timer starts now. We have Ocean Man, Jim, and Bones. Timer is up. First Nerf timer is up. Does beat the second timer. All right, Ocean Man, Gold Kang to Dimes Boss and a Pet Repel. Gold King, possible 55. If it caps. F5 Jin to the Watchtower, and going to play the Sliver ability. Nice. Pump up the Sliver. Julie says it hits, so hit that Watchtower. And the Jin Grenade. Who are we going to take the 10% damage from? Person, a pet, or from the overall health of the wall. Won't break ice blocks, but will lower the health. Person, pet, or wall. Going to Julia. All right. It's going to take Julia down to 90% health. 10% hit. Let's go over to Gemstone. 20 seconds, Gem. Going to move to their tank zone. Gem in the tank. Going to move down to their tank zone. Pet Repel. Mythic Needle. All right, Jim playing Mythic Needle is going to be eaten by Dime's Immortal Grendel. She plays Needle. Needle is gone, devoured, and Dime's Grendel is off the board. Then she throws an M7 Rapture loaded to Grendel. There is no Grendel there, so it fizzles. It was there, and the reason it doesn't get redirected is because if the Mythic Needle would have somehow something happened, then that grenade would have went through. But because the Mythic Needle is devoured, the Rapture grenade fizzles. She's going to... And Jim, can you type out Sweet Tea? Because the inventory team will have no idea what a SST is. All right, so sacrifice Sweet Tea. They now have 4 rings. And we're going to amplify the wall. Thank you for that. All right, and Bones. You finally get a move. 20-second timer, Bones. You are no longer a boss. Monolith. Red Curtis to the wall. Absorption. Yes, you can. It's good mind play. All right, Monolith, Red Curtis, Spruce to Flame, Mind Play to get Julius Mass Destruction. Julius says, wait. All right. Shaman is going to eclipse Julia, so she cannot be targeted by the ability. She's no longer there. Temple Flame is gone. An absorption. And break that ice block with Curtis. Nicely done. All right, that is the end of round number 2. Captains, give me your subs at the end of round number 2. Ocean Man will rotate into the temple. Let's give Ocean Man a blessing. Let's give Shaman a second blessing. Strawman, 0-0. DZ, 25-25. Bones getting a second Halo. Craven Light getting a second Devil Horn. Julia getting Angel Wings. Sorry, Jim getting Angel Wings. Sliver Sacrifice. Each team loses one. Sly was 17 because Ray pumped up the Sliver ability. And Arc was 17. All right, let's get our subs out there. We got Tiny for Ocean Man. Good job tonight, Ray. The crowd always likes to see Ocean Man in the game. Shaman heading out. Pope coming into the DZ. All right, Craven Light. Getting the Forge ability. Which means he's going to get 2 blocks. And Bones got rid of that block, so that's nice. Black block and a green block. Watchtower number 3. And Watchtower number 4. Strawman number 1. And Strawman number 2. Lot to choose from there. Let's give those Angel Wings to Villar. All right, Villar gets the Angel Wings, not Jim. All right. At the start of Pope's turn, Villar is going to play Hemlock to rebuild that green block. She's playing a DI Dragon. Okay? All right, let's start of round number 3. We're going to cap Shaman's Boss. One flag to 0. We're also going to cap 136 points in Kangs. And Pope, you're on the clock. 20-second timer. Going to move into the temple. Boston Main Street. Playing boss in 3. Cap in 5. Cyborg Slim. Healing cut in half, no lingering smokes. Seal and Thrill, H9 Summoning Grenade. If it hits, going to summon Red Orbital. Max Spark Tiny. Craven does it hit. Mortal Blue from Bones, no Summoning Grenade. And Immortal Blue is going to hit Pope. It will break his Gear Absorption and hit him for 20% of his health. And no Red Orbital. Going to play Max Absorb, which means he'll still have his Gear Absorption. Craven Light, you are back out of the Forge. You do have to move because you're at the Forge. You got 2 horns, and you lit up a whole bunch of stuff. 20-second timer starts now. Does not beat the timer. Does beat the nerf timer. Craven going to head up to the temple. Mortal Bane to their wall. Mortal Grizz to Julia. Vines to Julia. Backlash to Watchtower. And Mass Destruction 6. Now that's the way you make an entrance into the game. It hits. All right. Let's start out with the F5 Backlash to the Watchtower. That is going to light a Watchtower. Also going to light a Straw Man because it hits. Vines to Julia. Grizz to Julia. To the other no zone. Mortal Bane to their wall. Rebuild the red. Rebuild a blue and rebuild 20% of a blue. So it's 50 red, the blue, and you got 20% blue remaining. Vines will take Julia down to 80% health. One sec. Maybe. I'm checking. I think you have to be in the sniper zone for that to happen. But I think I'm wrong. Hold on. No, you were correct. Launch grenades and Grizz move all people to the sniper zone. Adds 25% damage taken debuff. Yep, you're right. All right, so no, not now. You can't. So the Grizz launches her. Once it hits, it hits. So Julia dips her toe in the sniper zone. All right. So all launch grenades and Grizz move people in the sniper zone. It gives them a 25% damage taken debuff. So that means she's going to take 25% more damage. But what happens is the first thing that happens is the vines. So the vines hit her. She takes that damage before she ends up in a sniper zone. Then the Grizz launches her, hits her for damage, and drops her in the sniper zone. So the Grizz is going to hit her for 10%. So Julia, you're at 70% health. You do have a 25% damage debuff, which means you're taking 25% extra damage, and each time you leave the sniper zone and maybe go back, it'll be an extra 25%. So good move and a good call, Craven. You can move or be moved at any point, but you carry that debuff the rest of the game. So if you do move out and somebody hits you and you go back in, you're going to take 50% damage. Then if you move out again, you see how that works? So each trip into the sniper zone increases the amount of damage you take. All right. I'll make sure we got all that. We got the backlash. We got the guard. We rebuilt the wall. We got the mass destruction. All right. Let's go to Julia. And on Julia's turn, her needle is going to cap. So that's a 100-point needle for Arc. Yeah, we're just getting back into it. But you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun because there's so many cool things you guys are doing now. All right, let's go to Julia. 20-second timer starts right now. All right, Julia's going to move in wall range. So she's sliding down to the no zone. Colossal Kang, Heal and Seal, Grub Grenade. All right, Cyborg Dolly. All right, Dolly, man, it's been a while, y'all. So Julia with Cyborg Dolly. Dolly is movement and a pet. Am I correct? Is that right? Only the pet. No movement and the pet. Sorry, Julia, you're going back to Sniper Zone. No movement and the pet. So back it up to the Sniper Zone. And Colossal Kang is going to stay. All right, get that Colossal Kang out there. Could be worth 73. All right, Dimes, let's contribute to the wackiness. Dimes, your boss is going to cap, and that 55-point Kang is going to cap with it. Flags are 1-1. And 20-second timer. Dime says, give me that Range Rover. There you go. Finally. Let's give Dimes a tire. Round number 3, Dimes gets her tire. Going to move to their DZ. Dropping a Pet Repel. And a Scold. To Julia. And Grizzly to the wall. I'm going to pump the Sliver. Sliver now worth 22. All right, they are going to prevent the Scold, but Dimes does get a second absorption. Pope's Prevention. So, Dimes, you don't need the max absorb. Wait. No, you do. You do. Sorry. All right. Range Rover, move. Scold is prevented. She gets the absorption. S6 Grizzly to the wall. They're going to use Immortal Blue. First blue of the game. And she uses max absorb, which keeps her 2 regular absorptions there. All right, let's go over to Valar. Valar, at the start of your turn, your boss is going to cap. And that 73-point Kang is going to cap. Flags are now 2-1. 20-second timer, Valar. She beats the timer. She's going to Talon Julia. To their DZ. To her own DZ. Right beside Tammy. Satan Spark. All right, so the Satan Spark is not targeting a person. it lowers the point value of a pet that's in play. Now, I don't think that SLY has any point pets in play. Unless I'm missing one. So Satan Spark would target a Kang or a boss or something. So that is going to fizzle, or a needle. But currently, SLY does not have any Kangs, any bosses, any needles in play. So that'll fizzle and you lose it. All right? Talon's good. It's really good. I'm not telling you guys to use it today, but I'm telling you, spamming Satan Sparks can lower point totals on pets and scoring pets in play. All right, so that fizzles. We got a S6 gavel to the wall. Tiny's going to prevent it, and Villar's going to sacrifice Sweet Tea to get a 4th protection for the sliver. All right, let's go over to Tiny. 20-second timer starts now. All right. Oh, I like it. Cosmic Heart, Pope's Glacier. Pretty nice. Dark Boss to the side chest. Tiny playing Boss in 3, cap in 5. Dark Boss could be worth an extra 25. She's like, I've seen that Glacier before. Pet Repel. And going to Gold Spark Julia. Y'all like y'all's Gold Sparks. S8 Gavel loaded to the wall and sacrifice Sweet Tea. All right, Tiny's going to have to move up to the no zone. Sacrifice a Sweet Tea. Give them 3. And Julia, you got a S8 Gavel loaded to the wall. Cosmic Heart, Dark Boss, Pet Repel, Gold Spark, Gavel Grenade with Mass Destruction 6. Hits or wait. It hits. All right, we got some SLY damage happening. Green block and a green block. A twofer. Nice shot by Tiny. All right, let's go over to Gemstone. 20-second timer for Gem from the opposing team's Bomber Zone. Move to the DZ. One sec. Tiny was gold sparked. So I did not get the gold spark. I will add the damage to that. So we are going to put 1. They do have mass destruction. So not quite a full green block back on the board, Dimes. But we put 50% of a green block back up there. 50 green is on the board. Going to move to their DZ. Dark Boss to their chest. Jim playing Dark Boss in 3, cap in 5. Could be worth an extra 25. Max Seal over to Julia. Rapture to the Grendel and pump the Sliver. Grendel is dead. Jim is a Grendel killer today. She's 2 for 2. And pump the Sliver for Arc up to 22. And Bones. Final move of round 3, 20-second timer. Mortal Kane to Main Street Boss. Drop a seal. No, I think it was Tammy's Grendel. I got you guys playing. I think Ray played a Grendel and then Tammy played that one. Is that correct, Dimes? That was yours? All right, Gold Spark to Jim. Mortal Kane to Main Street Boss. Julia. Actually, you know what? Let's double check that. All right, so I'm going to go back. Jim, I'm going to allow you to redirect that Rapture Grenade to a new target. Because that Grendel should not have been on the board. So where would you like to redirect the grenade? To Craven. Okay. There you go. All right, Craven. You got a S6 Rapture Grenade coming at you. With mass destruction. Red-blue from Craven. All right, Craven playing red-blue. That is the final blue for Team SLY. The red from the red-blue will break Jim's seal. All right, we'll go to Bones' move. Julia. Jim going to play Max Absorb. She keeps her seal. Julia, you got Immortal Cane. You got F5 Backlash. Jim is now Gold Sparked, and a Plague Smoke to Pope. No smokes, no potions on his next move. I'm asking you if that move still hits. All right, Immortal Cane is going to hit Pope's boss, going to take it down to 80%. It's also going to spread Strawman. Strawman number 4. The Backlash is going to hit the Watchtower, which is going to light Watchtower number 6. And that's going to light Strawman number 5. All right. That is the end of round number 3. At the end of round number 3, we got Craven Light with a blessing. Pope with a blessing. Strawman, 50-point SLY, 0 for Arc. Because Dimes and Julia are both over there. So Craven now has 2 horns and an angel wing. DZ, 20. Actually, scratch that. Jim is in the DZ. Sorry. No angel wing for Craven. Leave that. DZ is 0-0. Bones with a 3rd halo. Jim with her 1st halo. Julia with her 2nd halo. Sorry, Julia with her 3rd halo. Dimes with her 2nd. All right, we're moving on to round number 4. Pope, no smokes, no potions, because you're plagued. 20-second timer starts now. Did not beat the timer. Missed it by 5 seconds, even as I was reading it. All right, Pope, Colossal Kang to his boss. Could be worth 73. Rage Tonic. Trex loaded to the wall. Sacrifice. If you can type sacrifice sweet tea, please, for the inventory team. All right, so we'll start with 6s to get rid of a blue block. That happens first. It's legendary. Using a Trex grenade is going to get rid of 2 blocks, which is nice. Blue block and a red block. And also last round, I'm going to remove your sliver sacrifices. So Ark now has 3. SLY has 2. And both teams got 22 sliver points that round. Pope, if you can type sacrifice sweet tea. All right, thank you. All right, we got Kang, Trex, sacrifice, and a 6s. All good. Craven Light from the Temple. 20-second timer, Craven. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the nerf timer. Mortal Kane to Pope's boss. Drop a seal. Grizzly loaded to the wall. Sacrifice sweet tea to their sliver. Julia hits her weight. It hits. Pope's boss down to 60% health. Going to spread that flame. Strawman number 6, Craven Light. With a torch award. And the S6, Grizzly to the wall. And he is getting an extra 50% damage with the Devil Horns. Green block, blue block, and 10%. That was 50% green, sorry. And 60% of a blue block makes it 40% blue. So 1.4 blue blocks remaining. Jim going to Dominari, so no torch award for Craven. So Mortal Kane does its damage. Craven gets the seal, gets the grenade damage, and the sacrifice. Julia, you're up. 20%, or sorry, 20-second timer starts now. Mortal Stern to Craven. And Tiny. Drop a heal. Gamut Grenade to Craven. And Tiny with MD6. It hits. All right, Immortal Stern to both targets. Ignores pet repel. Does not ignore the seal, but ignores pet repel. So, Tiny, you keep your pet repel, but you take the damage. Craven, you lose your seal. Then we get F5 Gamut Grenade. She gets the mass destruction. So, Tiny, we are taking you down to 82% with the Immortal Stern. Gamut Grenade damage, taking Tiny down to F5 plus mass destruction. 62, and Craven, you're down to 80%. Dimes from the DZ with the Dust Smoke. 20-second timer Dimes. Needle to the haystack with a max seal over to Craven. Dimes playing Needle in 4 with cap in 5. Warrior Charge, H9 Napoleon, Unforgiven to the wall. Gold blue from Julia. Gold blue will break one of Dimes' many absorptions. She has one left. She does get the MD. All right, let's go over to Valar. Valar, 20-second timer. Valar beats the timer. She's going to go Needle to the haystack. Valar, Needle in 4 with cap in 5. Dust to Tiny, Unforgiven to the wall, and pump the sliver ability to 27. Valar with the 25% Angel Wing bonus. Sniper bonus. And mass destruction. Red block. And a red block. One red block remaining. Let's go over to Tiny. 20-second timer, Tiny. From the no zone. Needle to the haystack. Tiny dropping a needle in 4. Cap in 5. Super Thrill Blue Spark H9 Unforgiven, and pump the sliver up to 27. Julia hits or wait. That is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Tiny is not gold sparked now. Going to use double sonars. And the color. Mythic and gold. 45-point nerf. They get 12 mass destruction. The third nerf. S8.5. Red Eye. S8.5 Red Eye equivalent. Blue block, which is 40. Blue block, and 20% of a red block. 80 red remaining for Team SLY. Both down in the red zone. Gemstone. 20-second timer starts now. Things are heating up. Jim going to move up to their rover zone. Mythic Kang to her boss. Could be worth 63. Torch Wand. Ouch. First time Tammy didn't play that red wand. Red wands are now out of play. There'll be no straw man points this round. Gonna sap dimes. Dimes, your next attack will be half rage. Craven does the F4 monster hit. Targeting needle. Which needle are you targeting? Dimes or Tiny? All right. Targeting Dimes needle. Dimes your needle. F4 monster with mass destruction. down to 55% health. Remember, needles have a percentage of health compared to the gear of the person. They're not like Grendels. They're not one-shot deals. Dime's needle at 55%. Dime's going to play Renegade, get rid of that red block. All right, movement's good. Kang is good. Torch Wand is good. Monster Grenade is good. Sap is good. Bones. Final move of the first half. 20 seconds. Goes Catapult with Nitrous. She's going to release the Catapult. All right, so Bones. Your choices are remove 2 blocks in the next round, not this round. Remove a person from the temple. Or 1 block, 1 watchtower, 1 straw man. Ghost Catapult automatically gets the 2 blocks, which means you got to choose between removing a person or a block, a watchtower, and a straw man. You automatically get the 2 blocks. Next turn. Not preventable. So you got to pick one of those other 2. So, temple removal or the other 3. What's it going to be? All right, wash out Pope. All right, Pope is out of the temple. Captains, give me your subs for round 5. Blessing for Craven Light. Blessing should be 3-3. Okay, it's 3-3. Shaman, Shaman, Pope. Ocean Man, Craven, Craven. At the end of the round, we're going to remove a Sliver Blessing and a Sliver Blessing. Arc 27, Sly 27. DZ, this time, we've got Sly 25, Arc 0, and this time the Angel Wings do go to Craven. Bones loses her Pet Repel. Bones loses her Seal. Dimes, no Pet Repel. Julia, no Seal. At the end of the round, Sly, 0 points in Strawman. All vehicles are gone. There are 3 needles. Valar, Dimes, and Tiny all have needles. Bones, on your next turn, if I don't call it, remind me, you will remove 2 blocks. Non-preventable. Dow for Pope, busy in the ozone. Let's get everybody set up. We'll get the map good to go. We should have Animal. Get Craven back over in his bomber zone. All right, I've got Jim with a Siege Award. And a Bronze Star. All right, let's get to round number 5. At the start of round number 5, we're going to cap Pope's boss. And a 63-point Kang. Sorry, 73-point Kang because it's his Kang. 73 Colossal Kang and a boss cap. Flag number 3. You should have 4. Dime should have 3. Julia should have 4. All right, let's kick it over to Dow. 20-second timer starts right now. Beats the timer, going to move to the temple. Unicorn loaded to the wall, H8. Super 8 Thrill, and Seal, Max Spark to Animal. Mass Destruction and Needle to the Haystack. And there is no haystack available. So your needle will fizzle. Judas the Grenade over to the other wall. Dow going to prevent it. All right, he throws it and prevents it. So movement's good. Unicorn is prevented. He gets a seal. He gets a mass spark. And the needle has no target, so the needle fizzles out. Let's go over to Craven Light. 20-second timer, Craven. Wings and 2 horns. Craven 75% damage boost. All players' health is at 100% in this round. Craven going to move to the temple. Red Midnight to Julia with a pet repel. Max Spark to Julia. M7 Mercy loaded to the wall and pump the sliver. Up to 32. All right, going to use Immortal Blue, final blue of the game. Both teams. At Immortal's going to break Craven Light's seal. Midnight's going to hit Julia, and Max Spark's going to hit Julia, which is going to double spark her and stun her in place. And Julia takes 25% additional damage. So, Red Midnight's going to hit her for 10%, which will take her down to 90%. All right, let's go over to Julia. 20-second timer starts now. Dune to Strawman, Whiskey. It hits. All right. Dune is good. Aqua is no good because of the whiskey. So she does get the full heal. No grenade attack. Plague is good. Hey, the good news is you guys have Battle Royale coming up this Saturday, so you'll get to play all those healing things all over again. Yeah, it's been a while, I know. Plague to Dimes. All right, so Dune does put out one of the Strawman. Attack never hits. And the Plague is good. All right, start of Dimes' turn. We're going to cap her needle. Needles are now 1-1. $20-second timer Dimes. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the nerf timer. Remember, Dimes, you got half rage this turn. So Colossal Kang to Tiny's boss. That could be worth 73. Thraxus. Amari to their wall. Rage Potion, Unforgiven, and Shatter. All right, going to go Amari to freeze the wall. Scratch Amari, and we'll give her a warning. Good challenge. No freezing the wall. So Colossal Kang, Thraxus, Rage Potion, Unforgiven, it hits. All right, so we're going to shatter that wall. First thing we do is shatter it. We take it down from 80% health down to 55%. Rage Potion, Unforgiven. Take it from 55% after mass destruction down to 0. Two red blocks remaining. So we got SLY with 2 red blocks, Arc with 1 red block. All right, at the start of Alar's turn, her needle caps. Ark now with a 2 needle to 1 advantage. "20-second timer, Valar." Did not beat the timer. Valar going to move to the sniper zone. Thraxus. Colossal Gideon. Gold Spark Football. F4 Unforgiven, and Sap Football and Torment Bones. Torment on Bones. Sap Football for half rage. And the Unforgiven with the extra 25%. It hits and takes down the final red block. Let's give a gold bar to Valar. Has a ring to it, doesn't it? First block of the night. This is slow sailing. We'll reset it. Let's go to football, who now has half rage. Sorry, at the start of football's turn, I'll give him extra time. We do cap a needle at the start of his turn. We'll reset his timer. Needles are now 2-2. All right, now we'll reset his timer. 20 seconds, football. Football, Jim, Bones, Busy, and Animal. Still didn't beat the timer, even though I gave him bonus time. You had one job, football, one job. There it is. He does beat the nerf timer, though. Red Blaze to Strawman. Dragon Smoke to DZ. Gold Spark Julia. S8 Unforgiven to the wall and sacrifice a sweet tea. Julia hits her weight. All right, we'll give Ark a delay of game warning. It's the first one. So we're going to light the straw man, which straw man number 6 is lit up. And Football Master with a gold bar. That has a nice ring to it too, Football. Let's rebuild it. And I think they're out of Dominaris. He might actually get to keep this one. All right, let's go over to Gemstone. Has a bronze star, so she gets bonus damage to her specialty grenades. Timer is up. Does beat the nerf timer. Gonna Talon Julia to the DZ. Dragon Smoke. H9 Rapture to the wall. We're in a timed event, Arthur. I appreciate you watching the videos. But we got 20 more minutes, and this is actually a timed match. It's I know you're just tuning in, but it's a competition. All right, so and Dimes just challenged for nothing. So Dragon Smoke to DZ. Craven, is there anything else we're waiting on besides Dimes? Rapture, Plague Animal, and Bloodlust. So we got an H9 Rapture. Does that hit or no? Craven, you there? All right, football with the prevention. All right, shutting that down. Bones, at the start of your turn, you're going to take out a black block and a green block. SLY with a wall lead late in the game, which is something you don't see very often whenever you play Ark. And Bones, 20-second timer starts right now. Beats the timer. Colossal Gideon. Dragon Smoke. Rage, Tonic. to the watchtower and Sap busy. Half rage for busy. Julia, does it hit or wait? Captains, if you can help me out, we're down to under 20 minutes, so when you see it on the board, let me know so we can keep the game moving. Julia going to intervene the grenade. So no summon. Colossal Gideon is good. Sap is good. Busy Bee, you're up. 20-second timer to Busy Bee. If she is not here, she did send her move in advance. So Julia, do we have Busy? We do. All right, jump into turret. Sentry guns are loaded. Dune to Strawman. Torment to Craven. Summoning Grenade to their wall. Summon Mythic Orbital. Max Sparked Animal. He is sparked as much as he can be sparked. And she's going to turn into a Priestess. All right, intervene the grenade, so no summoning. Dune to the Strawman. It's going to put out Strawman number 6. An animal cannot move. And 20-second timer, animal your move. Timer is up. Nerf timer is up. Does beat the second penalty timer. Cannot get in the turret because he is max sparked. Gold Rage. Animal is also plagued. So no Seal and Thrill. No smoke. So he does play the Sliver ability, which pushes the Sliver up to 37. So you have Unforgiven. It's going to be Larvae's Lanced. No Seal and Thrill. No H9. It's just going to be a Unforgiven from the patent, which is going to be an E1 Unforgiven, and that damage is going to be cut in half. Which is going to give you, after mass destruction, 1 green block. All right, that is the end of round number 5. This is the final round. It is Dragon Storm. All teams got rid of Dragon Smoke. So we're going to roll the dice and see what this final round is going to look like. I'll give everybody their bonuses in 1 second once you know what it's going to be in the final round. It is E4, E4. So start thinking about that for a second. At the end of round number 5, we've got SLY, 37-point sliver, Arc, 27. Each team losing one of their sliver protectors. Bones, Halo number 5. Julia, Halo number 5. DZ, 25 all. Because Arc put out one of the straw man, 50 points for SLY to 0. Valar, 5 rounds in the sniper zone. Congratulations. $50-point sniper bonus. Temple, we got Craven and Dow. Each team getting a blessing. All right, good luck both teams. E4 added onto the attacks. Dow, 20-second timer starts now. Did not beat the timer. Gold Rage, Arc Spark, Super Thrill. H9, Unforgiven. To the wall, going to add some amp to it. It is a S19. Spade equivalent. Ouch. They're going to Insomnia, Myth, and double Mythic. All right, we'll make it S16. And lower it 50%. S8. Cannot play double Crypt Dragons, Valar. Delete it, because he already played Insomnia. Gets it all the way down to a S8 Red Eye. But then we add their mass destruction. It's an S8 Grizzly. S8 Grizzly equivalent. We deduct the Mythic Sonar and then we add the mass destruction. Black block, green block, 50% of a green block for Arc. Walls are almost even again. Craven Light, you're up. 20-second timer. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the nerf timer. Scold to Julia. Rage. Spade grenade loaded to the wall with shatter. Shatter makes that blue 75%. Julia hits her weight. You got a scold. F5. Rage after the Dragon Storm. Busy prevent the grenade. Scold is going to light Watchtower number 7. Take Julia down to 80%. Julia, you're up. 20-second timer. Move in range. Jin Shi for the nerf. Orcus a straw man. Torment to football. H9 Unforgiven to the wall. Amp 3 from Zulu. There's nothing he can prevent. You can't prevent the Orcus splash. The splash cannot be prevented. It's a non-damage dealing effect. All right, so Straw Man is splashed. Grenade hits. Adnan and Talio. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And Zulu makes it 16. It's going to be a big hit. S16 spade equivalent. Green, blue, blue. %, blue, 30 blue remaining. Deadly Dimes, you're up. 20-second timer. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the timer. She's good. Jin Shi, Mythic Gideon. Dust Smoke over to Villar. Symbiote Dragon. Spade, Warrior Enrage. Dalgan and Sonya that. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But we'll make it equivalent to a S10 minus the Gen she previously, but she also has Thraxus. S12. Spade Grenade. Big hit from Dimes. Julia, the wait was for Insomnia, correct? All right, let's calculate the damage. Oh, let's get to the right team. $75% blue, blue block, and a red block. And that is time. We do not have time for 2 more moves. So there's a little bit of lag tonight with some of the players, but that is the end. Once we get the rust off, we get a little faster, we'll breeze through these games. But good job to both teams. Pretty creative gameplay. I like the direction that some of these games were going. Little disappointed we didn't see Slime tonight. Thought we'd see a little bit of Slime play. I think that would have been huge to get those abilities in here. But we'll see how it plays out. Give me 5 minutes, everybody, and we'll calculate final score. Once we take those 4 blessings down, SLY's actually going to have a second wall, and we'll rebuild it, and it'll get rid of the black block in the next one. Team Mark, we take down your 4, you're going to have a red block remaining. So SLY actually winning the wall game tonight. We also had to cap Jim's boss in round 5. So you can see that boss is still up there. So that would have been a 63-point Kang and a 4th flag, and it is Dark Boss. Phones also had gotten a wave award that was written down that was not announced. Just a FYI. All right, everybody, we are back, and you know the only thing with this game is I felt like we ran out of time. Like with all the new things, there were a couple things that were very, very interesting. Number one, no slime was played tonight. Okay, I thought that was a missed opportunity, but it's also the first game that I remember since we rolled out Elmo or Milo. There was not a single Elmo or Milo played the whole game. The only money grenade was the Maximon. How weird is that? Like, when have you seen a game with no Elmo and no Maximon? Or no Elmo and no Milos? So there's a lot of creativity, but some of the core stuff, some of the point scoring stuff, was a little bit wild. All right, let me give you a breakdown of how this worked out and why you're going to see that I wanted this game to go the distance. So, flags, Arc 750 to 450, so early lead for Arc. Walls, 605 to 550, SLY advantage. Strawman, 100 to 0. Now again, you had a torch wand, which was huge for Arc, and then we didn't get through the final round. We get through the final round, then it looks like SLY's going to score some more points. So timer was a big, big deal. If you're going to play a strawman game And certainly with the Forge and Backlash, there's a huge opportunity for that, right? But you got to play fast because with Strawman, you got to get those rounds under your belt. So I do love the way Sly played the Forge and the Strawman and the Backlash. There's some opportunity there. All right, get to Kangs. Ark had more bosses, so they had more Kangs, 272 to 128. Needles, 200, 200. I thought Needles was good. Both teams played their Grendels, and both teams worked to get rid of the Grendels to get their Needles out there. So not those big 500-point Needle games anymore. Siege and Occupy. Ark, 150 points. They got the 100 points for Jim, plus they also got Valar's 50 points. Siege and Occupy, plus those Bronze Stars, were huge in the final score because every point counts. Movement is a big deal. But you get to Watchtower, and you got Sly with 175, Ark with 0. So they didn't quite get 9 of them, but they scored a lot with the Forge. DZ, 100-point Sly, 50 points Ark. Timers, again, we had 10 missed timers tonight. I blame it on rust and lag, but Sly had 7 of them. 7 missed timers for Team Sly. So overall, we had Ark with a slight advantage going into the PCP at 1942 to 1688. So let's figure out the PCP points. We've got Sly, 50-point gold bar. Their cannonball got taken away. Their tire didn't. But they got 75 points in horns and wings. That was another huge play. We got the torch wand got taken away, but they got 75-point split PCP DZ between Julia and Bones. So go to the other side. We've got gold bar, tire, angel wings, 75-point DZ, and bronze star. Valar had gotten 50 points in the siege and occupy for the siege zone, so that didn't count in the PCP. So PCP was 200 to 200. So that means going into the final, which team got the most extras? Extras are going to be your Milos and going to be your St. Elmos and going to be the deductions and also going to be your slivers. So we had each team with a wicked boss, Mythic Gideon, Colossal Gideon. Funny, they both played the same thing. We had a dark boss on one side, a dark boss, and a Chromica on the other side. And a sliver game. Good sliver game by Team Sly. 17, 12, 22, 27, 37. On the other side, 17, 17, 22, 27, 27. So Sly winning the sliver game. But the extras, Ark won it because of the Chromica was the difference in that, and also a Maximon. So you had Sly with a +9 and Ark with a +44. You take the negatives with the positives. So final score tonight, Team Ark, 2186, Sly, 1897. It's a pretty close game. I mean, you're talking less than 300 points, and the game did not end. So if you get those straw men, if you get the watchtowers, you think about it, this is how close the game was. If Ark could have gotten one more round of straw men, or Sly, one more round of straw man in the watchtowers, we got basically a toss-up. So it really came down to a couple extras, the movements and the flags, but these games are super close. Certainly some mistakes on both parts, but that's why we got to play them. We got to play more, and we got to get rid of the dust. Once we get rid of the dust, I think you guys will see these games are super, super close. So great job on the road, Sly. Great job, Ark, grinding out a tough win. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Look for some things in the shop tomorrow, especially some kills game invites. So, and great job by both teams being non-vanilla. Go out and play, experiment with it. The only way you're going to get better and creative is to go out there and challenge yourself to do some things we haven't seen before. Have a good night, everybody. Good job to both teams. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.